I'm Mungo Darkmatter and welcome to Dark Matters. Today on Dark Matters we're going to discuss cloud computing. Cloud computing is a term that's, well, frankly, cloudy to a lot of people, and there's a reason for that. It's not a single technology but a group of technologies, and a lot of these technologies have been used before or been being used and been used under other names, and they've been kind of grouped under cloud computing. Basically what cloud computing is the ability for you to access your data and the application that edits and views that data anywhere in the world on any device you want. That's the ultimate cloud computing. For example, you'll be able to access the data and the application from your home computer, your work computer, your cyber cafe computer, your library's computer, a computer in a hotel 1,000 miles away from you, or a computer in a hotel halfway around the world from where your home is. Now, you say, gee, that sounds really neat and that sounds new. Well, yes and no. We've been doing that in a couple of different ways. For example, your email. You probably have access to your email on a regular email program and on a web browser, whether it's your work email or your home email. And so you can access your email using a web browser on any computer without even setting up an application to use it, or you can use an application on your smartphone or your laptop or your home computer. So you can access your email in a lot of ways. That is really the essence of cloud computing, so we've kind of been doing that. So that kind of groups into that. But there's another idea behind cloud computing, and that idea is, hey, I have a company, it may be big, it may be small, maybe medium sized, and some IT services I want to provide myself, but other IT services I want to be provided by other service providers. And by using cloud computing, you can do that, and you can give your employees access to those services from all over the place. And one example of this, it's an old example, is initially when businesses were going on to the internet, a lot of them would and still do use a service provider for their website. So they might have their own email server, for example, but they may say, you know what, let's farm out the website, or let's rent a web server. We'll put the data and everything up ourselves, but we'll let them back it up. So that's another example of kind of the cloud and the initial idea of that. And we also get this idea from kind of client-server type of things, where we're putting data on the server, but we're using a client to do a lot of the processing. And so that's an older idea that has moved from kind of a centralized computing of the mainframe, where everything was on the mainframe. The mainframe did everything, and you would use a dumb terminal to access the data on the mainframe. So we're really distributing how different machines are processing the data, storing the data and everything, but they can be anywhere in the world. And that's the key to cloud computing, that you can be anywhere on any device. Your smartphone, your iPad, your laptop, your desktop. So that's really what you need to remember about cloud computing. There are also cloud applications. For example, Apple has something called iCloud, which provides you an application that you can access from the web or your iPhone or other applications, where you can access a calendar, you can access your email. Google does the same thing with the Google Docs and its applications. It has a calendar on there. You can access documents, you can access your data. So these are kind of cloud applications, and Google or Apple is like the cloud service provider of these applications. So the future of computing and the internet are really kind of in the clouds, you know. It's cloud computing, and it really always has been moving towards that. We just haven't had a really good name for it. One of the names they used before was ASP, Application Service Provider, which was a really geeky name, and it also kind of conflicted with the name of a programming language Microsoft has, so it didn't work out for them. How's that working for you? Well, it's not. Okay. So We're calling it cloud computing now, and really the future of everything is really getting your data in a place where you can access it from different devices anywhere in the world very easily. Now, some of that data will be stored out on the cloud, and some of it may be stored locally or cached locally from the cloud, but that's all being worked out now, and we're already using that type of technology now in our smartphones, on a lot of applications on our desktop. I'm Mungo Darkmatter, and this has been Dark Matters, and whatever you do, enjoy technology.